Hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and today we are back with a new interesting topic of research, and which is human-computer interaction. So many people call it the human-machine interaction, and in this way, the message is quite clear that, through these images also you can see it quite clearly that when the human and the machine do interact with each other, then the associated techniques or the issues or the sort of concepts or the related aspects come under the domain of human computer interaction. So when we are focusing on the topic, then what does the human computer interaction mean exactly? So it is a field where the design or the use of computer technology is considered, where the focus is on the interfaces between the people and the machines, means the computers. So specifically, machines might be of multiple types. So when we say human machine interaction, then it considers a different sorts of machine. But specifically, human computer interaction means you are specifically dealing with computers. Okay, now coming to the statistics, some of the related things. So more than 160 plus countries, authors have been working in the domain of computer interaction, and 200,000 plus authors have been exploring the different aspects of tools and technologies related to human computer interaction. Now, when we say that we are focusing on the interfaces, then what are the other related things? So there are multiple means the model principles and the sort of different memory principles related things are associated with the domain of human computer interaction. But specifically when we'll discuss the key focus areas with respect to this particular domain, you'll get to know the things in a better way. Now coming to the things that what are the related topics where you can additionally focus, because specifically you are not going to research on a broad topic. Specifically, you are always looking for a specific problem statement or the domain. So in human computer interaction, you have a lot more different topics or the domains where you can focus on. For example, if you are working in the form of gesture recognition, okay, so human gesture need to be recognized because the computer will recognize with the help of some sensors or camera, etc., some tool, and then it will process the gesture accordingly. So based on means, for example, if we take this particular example only, the gesture recognition. So firstly, like human will show his hand like this or blink the eyes or something like that. Okay, so these sort of gestures will give a signal to the computer, and then computers algorithms which are already been fed inside it, and then there is some model which is recognizing the gestures based on the pre-trained model and sort of things. So machine learning, deep learning sort of thing, then the vision related processing, and the webcam related tools and the applications do come into the picture. So how you can focus on a specific aspect of this whole process, because there are multiple aspects related to each of the process, and then you can work on any one or two or three or four different aspects of a particular process. So you can effectively correlate all the aspects also, and then you can make a wholesome problem statement for your doctoral or the master's thesis. So in this way, you need to focus on a specific topic. For example, whether it's a gesture recognition, whether it's the user interface design, whether it's the web page design with respect to the information that is going to display on in that particular web page, with respect to the kind of interaction or the past statistics that you have. Then the participatory design is primary in the focus, and then the user experience, how the user is experiencing, because you are using different sorts of HCI or the HMI based techniques, but still the user's experience is not good. So quality of service or the quality of experience is not good, then overall every sort of thing is a failure. Okay, then the design thinking is very important, because ultimately you need to give a kind of design where it is effective to use, and it is quite easy also, because people, especially the users, they might include the set of children, they might include the very naive people not from technological background, etc. So especially in public navigation system or in some public station, means you can't use these sort of techniques which are complex in nature, and use some sort of technical knowledge. Now coming to the similar sort of concept in the field of web. So web navigation come into the picture, where the people are supposed to interact with the machine through web, and then the system stability and the related multimedia tools and their applications are supposed to be considered in an effective way. So all sort of these issues you need to maintain, and then you need to consider what sort of effective design you are supposed to consider for your future proposal or the sort of prospects. Now coming to the different sorts of works which are already being in process. So there are multiple works which are being published with respect to human computer interaction. So some of them include the recently means the integration of augmented reality smart glasses as assembly support is discussed in International Journal of Manufacturing Research, which discusses a framework implementation for the in the form of a quick evaluation tool. Okay. Similarly, survey is presented in ASEAN computing surveys, focusing on the approaches to universal sensing of humans, and in this way they are focusing on the specific sensing techniques with respect to the humans. Okay, so when you are focusing on the specific aspects, whether on machine, whether of machine or the human, with respect to the communication that is going between the human and machine, then you are going to say that you are working on the HMI or the HCI domain. Okay, now coming to that, which are the related journals, because if you are going to work on a specific domain or that kind of application area, then where to publish the research, where to go for research, those are important things. So some of the related journals include the proceedings of the Human Factors and the Ergonomics Society annual meetings, then the proceedings of SCPIE, the International Society for Optical Engineering, then the computers can inform, and the proceedings of ISME, GSME annual conference on robotics and mechatronics, then the studies in health technology and informatics Journal of Physics conference series, applied ergonomics, SID symposium, digest of technical papers, IFAC means IFAC proceedings volumes, then the interactions, and the applied mechanics and materials, and so many other journals are there. So if you switch the publisher from ACM IEEE to Taylor and Francis Wiley, Sage, Emerald Group, Oxford University Press, Walter Cover, then the Japan Society for Mechanical Engineers, IOP Publishing, MDPI, etc. Then you will get to know so many more details about the different journals which are available for publishing in this particular domain. Now, when we are saying that so much possibilities are there, then what are the different kind of interdisciplinary domains available for research with respect to human computer interaction? So let me tell you that if you are going for sensing related things and or the mobility related things or the kind of social information related things, then you can go for a human computer interaction. Additionally, the security, privacy, then the performance evaluation, design of a system, and the computing environments, software issues or the software technologies related to a particular system, information issues, and the education and the social science related issues. All these issues you can consider in the design of a human computer interaction based system. And in this way, you can see that a lot more scope is there to discuss. And whenever you are going for a specific type of research, you should always see that what sort of institutes are involved in it, and then you will have a better idea for collaboration or the future scope for your career, because you may go for some future prospectus or the sort of some program over to these universities. And some of the universities actively working in the domain of human computer interactions include the Stanford University, Georgia Institute of Technology, popularly known as Georgia Tech, then University of Toronto, Carnegie Mellon University, University of Washington, University of Tokyo, then University of London, then the University of Michigan, and from industries, the Microsoft, IBM, Technical University of Munich, then University of California, Berkeley, etc. So many institutes are working abroad. Additionally, in India, the Indian Institutes of Technologies, NITs, and even the state universities, so many institutions are working, including the IISER, CERTIFICATs, etc. Okay, so you may think of any of the institution, or at least one or two people you will get there working on some aspect of the human computer interaction, whether in abroad or in India. And this is because the humans are interacting with computers or the related machines at very wide level, because almost everything is going to be automated in near future, and that's why this human computer interaction that becomes very, very important. Because if the people don't have the right kind of interaction system, the including the security and sort of aspects, then the future doesn't belong to you, clearly. So if you want to be technologically way ahead, you need to focus on the human computer interaction, because ultimately a lot more population out there is not technically efficient population. And that's why at least a very simple but efficient design you need to make to propose this futuristic concept of human computer interaction. So with these words, I'm going to close this video. If you didn't like anything, please let me know and tell me how we can improve our future videos. Please do criticize the video and comment down below. Thanks for watching again. Happy learning.